Now, is winter over, or are we still going to get some more?
I think we might get more. We never say March is the end of.
Oh, no.
Not until May. Yeah.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
So wait and see.
Yes. Well, good morning and welcome. I'm Reverend Joe Bull. Any newbies on Zoom this morning?
I don't think any newbies.
Nope. Do we have anybody here in the audience for the first time today? First time.
Sedna.
Huh?
Sedna's here. I'm sorry I figured you out there, but we want to say hi.
Would you mind standing and giving us your name and where you're from?
I'm from Fresno, but I'm staying in Court School right now.
Oh, you're visiting with us.
Yeah.
Well, welcome.
Welcome to you. Who else do we have? Somebody else back there raising their hand? Yes. And you're from here. You're welcome. Thanks for joining us. All right. Well, the theme for 2026 is awakening. The topic for March is intentions. I'm going to ask our musician to open with a song, nice easy music that will lead us into a quiet meditation. Okay, so when we get to that point, you just close your eyes, sit back, and go within. Barney?
I think my intention today is to recognize that we're at war, and let's bless all those people who have died and who will die. And I wonder what the intention is for this disaster. So this is a song I wrote. It'll be alright. It'll be okay. Though the times are hard and so confused, we just live it day to day. It'll be okay. It'll be alright. Just take my hand and don't let go. We can make it through the night. And I remember you. Do you remember too? How we used to laugh and play. How do we ever get this way? In these times of war, we need grace and love. And I swear at times I feel so lost and alone. I look to help from up above. But then I look down, I look side to side. Then I realize that it's down to me. I don't know where left to hide. Then I remember we and how happy we can be with all the love flowing free to be you and me.
We don't know what they're doing.
intentions. We all have purpose in life, and goals and directives that we want to reach. A conscious design towards something is what drives us. And I know God intends for us to love each other, work in faith, walk in faith, love in faith, and live in gratitude. And so it is. Welcome back. It's time for a spiritual thought, and I want to bring up John LaLonde for that. Let's give him some love, huh?
Well, good morning, everyone. Well, as we know, we're in March 1st, which means that we have 5 Sundays in March, which means that we're going to hear a lot about the topics and the themes this month, one additional set of them, and that being intuition and awakening and affirmations. And I'm going to talk about intentions. Joyce and I started coming here to the Positive Living Center about 25 years ago. And I remember intentions being talked about a lot, like every week. I remember Deepak Chopra being talked about more than Ernest Holmes back 25 years ago. And so I was thinking about that the intentions were talked about as being very specific, getting your mind as clear on what you wanted as you could possibly do. So I usually, when I start to prepare a spiritual thought, I have no idea what the word means, and I do some reading. This time I thought, I've been hearing about that a long time. I wonder why Deepak is the main person that I recall talking about this. So I went and looked at my Deepak Chopra books, and I have one entitled How to Know God. And it was published in the year 2000. And so I put together that was what was in vogue at that time. It was a freshly published book, and we had some people coming there who became friends that were very, very deeply into Deepak Chopra and actually went to La Jolla and went to several of his, in-person kind of events. So it's no wonder that was being talked about so much. What he was talking about then was that what makes life spiritual is intention, and that everything depends on intention. So we know that what we focus on is what we're gonna draw into our lives. So if we focus on fear or anxiety or insecurities or sex or power or money, those are the things that we're gonna draw to ourselves. We've all heard where attention goes, energy flows. So it's that kind of thinking. John Waterhouse, who wrote 5 Steps to Freedom, says, unless we change our thoughts, words, and intentions today, our tomorrows will repeat themselves. So as long as we're doing the same stuff, in our mind, that's how we're gonna live. So it made me think again in current 2026, what are my deepest, my most innermost intentions? What is it that I want to experience, not just in the doing, but more in the internal state? What is the kind of settledness, or what is it that I want to experience in this lifetime? And Chopra kind of answered that in this chapter at the end of that book, which is kind of the putting it all together. How How to Know God, his final chapter, final section is on intentions. That was the technology, the spiritual technology of the day, was to focus on that. He did that in his book, and he listed some things, some thoughts for those kind of intentions. He wrote that I want to feel God's presence. This is one of the alternatives that we could focus on. And what he was talking about was inner peace and fulfillment. Also, I want God to aid and support me. So how I took this is that I want to experience in my daily life the love, the abundance, the happiness, these qualities or nature of God. I really want to feel that in every moment. Other things that he wrote, I want to feel connected to the whole, that not this fragmented, everybody's off, pinballing their way through life, but that we're connected. We're connected to one another, we're connected to the spirit that we hold in us, and that all things are connected. He also wrote, I want my life to have meaning as a possibility for an internal focus. The idea here is that if we live our lives every day in unity with God, if we're aware of that spiritual nature of ourselves, then everything we do has spiritual meaning. Everything is meaningful if it is done in coordination with that spirit within. The last one from that book that I read was, I want to be free of restrictions, which I thought, that's kind of an interesting way of wording this. And what I thought was, it's dealing with self-imposed limitations, and it's saying, I want all possibilities to be available to my experience. So I thought that is a really nice one. And I read another one that I thought would be a nice kind of core intention, that's somewhere else, that my life is an arc of expanding awareness. I really resonated with that one, and maybe it's because it used the word arc, but I like that word. So the point is, if these are the sorts of our intentions, that is what we're going to cause to grow in our lives. These intentions are essentially handing God a blueprint. That's the way this is written in some places, and it's setting the design for our co-creation. It's aligning anew with that spiritual core that we all have and are aware of to varying and increasing degrees. So I also wanted to quote Barney Kaufman right here in our audience. He wrote the spiritual thought that's in the iFocus this week, and he wrote that our emotions power the words that form our intentions. And feeling the desired outcome, feeling whatever that core sentence is, knowing the feelings, not just knowing with the mind, but knowing with the body, and feeling that is how we juice up these thoughts that we want as our intentional core, as our guiding light, as our North Star that we direct, our thinking in our days towards. So, as an aside, I want to thank Barney Kaufman for writing in there. Nancy Moore writes in the iFocus. Penny Hummel does. Other people have and do. And I want to just identify and notice the gem in all those iFocuses is what they write about these, the themes for the month. I also want to recognize Reverend LJ here, who puts the iFocus out every week very reliably. So there's a lot of work that goes into those, and I just wanted to, as an aside, point that out. So to conclude, the question is, what are we after? What is our innermost intention? We have 5 weeks this month. We can figure it out in that amount of time, don't you think? And then the topic's going to change. So, we'll be on to something new. But it gives us an opportunity, these themes each month gives us an opportunity to really, kind of hone in on it. And I thought, I'm going to do that this month. I'm going to try to identify the language and the feeling of my innermost intention. What is that at my core? I was thinking about it, that, I think that I'm going to treat it as a writing prompt from the soul. Namaste.
Thank you, John. Great message. Great thoughts. And he's right. All of those who do write spiritual thoughts and come up here and give a spiritual thought. It's very, very wonderful. Each and every week I've learned something else from somebody else. And that's what we're here to do, is learn on this planet, right? Yeah. Barney Berrier is our musician. I'll ask him to sing a song for us. Good morning, Barney.
Boy, sometimes it's hard to figure out just what I'm going to play. I never really know. But we'll see. Okay, I'm going to play a song that I've found to be a little difficult to master. And it's even harder to sing in the morning because there's some high notes and everything else. And one part of the song, I don't mind admitting that a lot of times I have this fight going on inside of me, almost like between Arjuna and Krishna. Krishna was this passion, go out and war, and go find beautiful women, and Arjuna was counseled, be even. So, and this represents the conflict in our hearts of living in this passionate, visceral life and also finding peace. So the line in here acknowledges all of the beauty in life, but also the ugliness. And how do we hold all of this? When my body won't hold me anymore, will I be ready? When my feet won't walk enough miles, and my lips give the last kiss goodbye, will my hands be steady? When I lay down my fears, my hopes and my doubts, the rings on my fingers, the keys to my house, with no hard feelings. When the sun sinks low in the west, and the light in my chest won't be kept, held at bay any longer. When the jealousy fades away, and it's ash and dust to cash and lust, and it's just hallelujah, and the love in the songs, the love in the words, the love in the thoughts that we say in this church. no hard feelings. Oh, those feelings. Lord knows they haven't done much good for anyone. They left me afraid and cold. So much to have and hold. When my body won't hold me anymore, where will I go? Will the trade winds take me south through Georgia rain or tropical rain or snow from heaven? Will I join with an ocean blue or one and two, a savior true? Just shake hands laughing, or will I walk through the night straight to the light? Holding the love I have known in my life. With no hard feelings, no hard feelings. Lord knows they haven't done much good for anyone. Left me afraid and cold. So much to have and hold. Under a curving sky, I'm finally learning why it matters for me and you to say it and mean it too. I think it's loveliness and all its ugliness, as good as it's been to me. I have no enemies. I have no enemies. I have no enemies. I have no enemies. I have no enemies.
Thank you, Barney.
You're welcome.
It's my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today, Reverend Judy DeRosa.
You're just visiting. You're our special guest.
Every day is special.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Good morning. What a joy to see everyone here. I have such a different perspective on intention, John. And I looked it up like you did, and I went, So it's so interesting to see how each of us has such a unique life. And for me, my first definition of intention was from my mother. And my mother was a Holy Roller Baptist. Let me tell you, it was different. Her definition was the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And I had to really think about that, because that is what my basis was. And so as a really little girl, I would go to different churches in the community and try to see if they had something a little better to offer than my mother's Baptist consciousness. And it worked. I kept looking and looking and looking. I think that we have to remember that our uniqueness, the beauty of who we really are, is the journey. And that as we grow through our contrast of really sometimes excruciating experiences, and other times these miracles that flow through, and that is how we get the contrast of, aha, this feels good, this is how I want to live. And the other part is, I'm not doing that again. This is how we learn. Now, Kim's dear partner, Stephen DeRosa, had these little books, and Kim gave me one of these books. And in this book, Stephen wrote his own sutras. So there was the Sutra, the Radiance Sutras. And it, for me, is something that I like to refer to often. One is, bless me, this is the part that I wrote, bless me, for I am an extension of Creator. But we're all part of that. Bless me and use me as your tool of service to humanity. We are all capable of this deed, this opportunity. And the sutra is, meditate on the self as being vast as the sky, a body of energy, extending forever in all directions, above, below, and all around. In the embrace of infinite space, awaken to your true form, divine, creative energy, revealing herself to you. Awaken to your true self, as vast as the sky. Embrace infinite space and awaken to your true self. That would be my intention. My intention is beyond a goal. My intention is to be present in my life, to be creative in my life. And intention sounds a lot like wishing. So in the first of the year, we all set our intentions and make our New Year's resolution, knowing full well we are not going to resist that cookie. And as we start to understand that simply being present is our true, most authentic self, of being available to the moment. Spontaneity is another part of that creative asset. When we're spontaneous, we are available to the beauty that's constantly being offered to us. The question is, Can we see it? Will we step forward to that? Will we allow that wondrous gift constantly being given to be accessed, to be brought into our being? Because the more we bring the universe's gifts into us, the more we evolve. And I think that that is part of our perception. And I happen to find that the Tao serves me much more than a majority of the books I did bring. The book that was given to me by LJ, Awakening. Now this is, I've met Deepak. I used to do whole life expos and show my work there. And I have to say that we are in a human experience and we cannot discredit someone because of all the hard work they've done. We have to understand we all have options. We can choose the high road and walk our talk. Or we can savor this and do that. I'm sure you understand. So I like to, this is my one of my very favorite books. I found it in an old bookstore, and I bought it to cut it apart for a collage. And it's Everyday Tao. And instead I sat down and I went, well, I bet these are really lovely little kanjis that I could use in my art. And then I realized I found a treasure. And I use it on a very regular basis. So I thought, perception would be, for me, a word that could oversee my sense of understanding that we are all connected. What does one do in the face of the most fundamental flux in the existence that is Tao? And I'm going to talk about the flux for just a moment. The flux is that constant shift and change that we all go through. We can have our intentions, but the world offers us different elements of being. Well, you could enter standing in one place and let it go all through you. Or you could take advantage of your volition and try to act within the flux. Again, accepting the energies that flow to you. Some spiritual systems hold that a deity comes first. Therefore, they encourage obedience or over that perception. I'm not a very obedient person. I'm not a good follower. I want to think for myself. I want to choose and make decisions on my experiences. You have to know what the laws are, but you don't have to know why. But the ancients taught a different perception of reality. They felt that the cosmos was great, but impersonal. There was no chance of influence in influencing the works of the gods. And yet, working in time and nature according to wishful thinking of humans doesn't always seem to work. We can wish ourselves into old age. Part of the Tao is walking the path and understanding you are a part of that creation. You are a god. You are a goddess. You are all that is. You are the magic. You are the great mystery. And you are understanding and learning who you really are. What a joy. Thus, the methods of the Tao are not ones in which one tries to conform with what a big mother or a big father tells you to do. Instead, it studies ways to act wisely within a constantly shifting dynamic. This makes perception paramount. One needs to become sensitive and experience in the operation within, as you are always developing your set of surroundings. You create by what you think. And when you think and you thought, you are creating your moment-to-moment being. We are what we think. We think I'm worthless, then we experience that worthlessness. If we think in a constant state of wanting, then we will always be wanting. And in the Tao, we look at what we have. I have my hands. I have my heart. I have my creativity. I have the gifts given to me for this journey. And in the indigenous world, this journey is part of that gift. And you are in a biological experience in this body that changes constantly. As we age, as we transform, our thoughts shift with that experience. We observe more. We can be kinder. We can be gentler. We don't have to fight or insist or intend that that's mine. We know that it's all ours. We are creating this reality. Is it loving? Does it enrich? Does it fill your heart? Can you make music? Can you write or dance or sing? Can you love yourself? I think that that's what we're learning about, is that love. And loving the people around us, because they are our teachers, our mother and fathers, sisters and brothers. They teach us to share and be kind and to be gentle. We're here every day opening a new gift. And we are part of that gift to everyone around us. We are awakening with intention. We are awakening with opportunities. We are here, living this moment, as we fill our life with joyful opportunities. May we see that the universe is working for us, through us. Om Takoyasan, for all my relations, we are in relationship with the best that we are in this moment. And that is my intention. I'm going to close with a prayer for the universe. In the morning, I say my prayer. May I be filled with peace. May peace prevail in our world. May I be a tool for Great Spirit, for Creator, for all that is, for the goodness of humanity. Oh. I'll come back.
Thank you so much, Judy. That was wonderful. Remind that we all have our intentions. And we're still growing and learning new things all the time. That's what life is about, I think. It's wonderful. It's time for our offertory. Could I have a couple people come up and help me with that this one?
And the loud shoes on.
Lectures. Let's do our offertory prayer. Divine love flowing through me, blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Thank you, ushers. For those on Zoom, I know you know how to give to the PLC. If you look into your iFocus that Reverend LaLonde puts out, you will find a donate button. Push that button and it gives you all the instructions on how to donate. It's really simple and really easy to use. Do we have any announcements this morning from anybody? Announcements?
Chanting after.
Oh, I'll get to that. Yes, Judy.
I've been told.
LJ let me know that there is an opportunity for a women's circle. And if you're interested in a women's circle, in the middle of this month, probably, I don't have a calendar, but mid-March, we'd like to meet here. And according to, when does the men's group meet?
Every second Wednesday every month.
Oh, that'll work perfectly, I think. So I think that community and circles are really important. And as we collaborate together and we understand that there is another collective, another consciousness that can bring us peace as we grow together. And so if you would like to attend, let me know. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, at 11:15 today, our chant group meets right here in the front here, LJ.
Yes, right here in the front. I'm sorry, Angie came on, so I was going.
Well, good morning,
Wave to
Angie.
Angie. Wave to Angie, Joe.
Good morning, Angie.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's nice to see our
So sorry, I was distracted.
first leader. Yes.
I had to figure out how to do it, and felt
Oh gosh, we missed that guy. Also, next Sunday, the 8th, right after service, we'll have our annual meeting. Our board will present what's been going on, what's happening with the PLC. So that'll be very informative. Yes.
I just wanted to thank everybody for praying for me. When I went into the hospital, I had a seizure and I was unconscious and I didn't know who anybody was. And I was very sick. I had high blood pressure and I was very, very ill, so they admitted me. While I was in the hospital, I was in and out of consciousness. I don't remember my husband coming at all. But he was there every day, but I don't remember him. But what I wanted to share was, while I was in the hospital, I was there about 5 days. And they told me 4 doctors came in my room, and they all came in collaboration to tell me the news. The news was that I was in moderate heart failure. And I was very, very upset and very worried. And so I was well enough to go home. When I went home, I was worried the whole week. I had a doctor appointment with my cardiologist. And I was praying, but at the same time I was very concerned. And I finally went to my cardiologist this week, and he was looking at all the papers from the hospital. And he looked at me, he's one of the top cardiologists in town. He looked at me and he goes, you know, I can't explain this, but your heart is perfectly normal.
How about that?
And so I just wanted to thank you for your prayers. I still can't believe it, really. I still can't believe it, but I'm very, very grateful to God for helping me. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm telling you, those prayers that we put out there, they work. They truly work. All we need to do is believe and have faith. And it's there. That's a great story. Thank you for sharing that. And welcome back to us. All right.
Actually, I have a little announcement.
Okay.
Sounds like both me and Bragg and I work on these big energy projects trying to deal with waste issues and turn them into fuels. And I've pretty much failed at everything that I've tried. But one of the things that I've been meaning to do for a while is it drives me crazy that we take water from down below and we purify it with reverse osmosis and we drive it up the mountain in bottles, and then we empty those bottles and we have our little plastic bottles, and then we send the bottles back down to the mountain, and then they can't be processed, so they end up in the ocean, and we can't send them to China or Indonesia anymore. They won't take our waste. So I'm starting a water filtration company up here with a technology that they use in the NASA space flights. It's superior to every other technology for certain uses. And I want to give pure water away free to people who can't afford to go buy it in bottles and don't want to put it in. So anyways, I'm going to be starting that company. I think I may try to call it free water, but yeah. So that's my little announcement. I'm just going to do something really super local and make some pure water for people. And hopefully, if anyone has lousy tasting water, it's the least expensive method to make it be beautiful and pure. And so that's all.
All right. Our prayer partner after service today and during the week will be John LaLonde. He is available to meet with you back by the meditation room for prayers. And if he is meeting with someone and you want to talk with another practitioner, we have practitioners and ministers here throughout. So feel free to snatch one of us up for a prayer if you'd like that. Also, we have the frog box in the back. I want to remind you that if you have a prayer you want to put out for someone, fill out those cards and just stick it in that box. I collect those and put those out to all the ministers and practitioners. Okay? Very good. Next week's speaker, Reverend Bob Hand, will be here. Yeah, I'll tell him you guys had a couple of claps for him. Oh, Lord. Let's do the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well indeed. Yes. Barney, you have a final song for us?
Oh, gosh darn it, what should I play?
Traveling music.
It's, is Angie still here?
He's still on.
All right, then I know what I'll play. How you doing, Angie? It's Barney.
Doing well, thank you.
Oh, boy. Angie, it occurs to me that you are a universal being having a local experience and a virtual experience at the same time. That's what Angie always said. Angie asked me to play this song a long time ago. He likes it. It's from the Traveling Wilburys. And it's, maybe you guys could sing along. There's a couple parts. And you say at the end of the line. I might even midway, just in the interest of getting everyone to vibrate together, maybe, trying to help you out with these lyrics. And I just want to say, Judy, I think it's important that we do recognize in this new thought that just as my hand is my body, is me, we are the hands of God. And as Meister Eckhart tells us, the eye that I see God with is the same eye that God sees me with. Yeah. So the oneness, and what is taught here, what I've learned here from my mentor and beautiful friend and Angie, is that we are all one. And I'm thinking of my dad too. My dad he would tell me little jewels, and he said, Barney, don't be a hypocrite or a liar. And I would just like to say, we are going to war. The peace president just took us to war. So, I've been a hypocrite and a liar. I promise you I have. But, just as my hand is part of my body, each and every one of us in this country, we are the one. We're all responsible for what our country does and what our so we have the power because we are the people. Anyways, this is a song for Angelo Pizzolo. It's by the Travelers. And if you know it, sing it, please. it's alright. Running around in the breeze, well, it's alright. Here you go. As long as you do what you please. Here you go. It's alright. Doing the best you can. Well, it's alright. As long as you lend a hand. You can sit around, wait for the phone to ring at the end of the line. That part. Waiting for someone to tell you everything at the end of the line. Sit around and wonder what tomorrow may bring. Maybe you're buying me. That's good. But it's alright. Even if they say you're wrong, when it's alright. Sometimes you gotta be strong. But it's alright. As long as you have somewhere to lay, well, it's alright. Every day's judgment day. Maybe someday, down the road a ways, at the end of our life, you'll think of me and wonder where I am these days, at the end of our life. Maybe someday, when somebody plays, Barney, but it's alright. Even when push comes to shove, well, it's alright. As long as you have someone to love, it's alright. Things are gonna work out fine when it's alright. We're going to the end of the line. I don't have to be ashamed of that old BMW I drive at the end of the line. I'm glad to be here, happy to be alive at the end of the line. It don't matter as long as you're all by my side. It's always fine. But it's alright. Even if you're old and late, well, it's alright. You still got something to say. It's alright. Remember to live and let live. Well, it's alright. The best you can do is forgive. Yep. Well, it's alright. Running around in the breeze. Well, it's alright. As long as you do what you please. It's alright. Even if the sun goes to shine, when it's alright. We're going to the end of the line. That was well. Bye, Angie. Nice to hear you. See you.
Well, it's all right. Oh, Reverend Kim, would you come up and give us a prayer
Okay.
to close this fabulous service this morning?
Well, okay.
I'm feeling all right. I don't know if everybody else is, but I'm feeling all right. You know, we could just take this moment right here, right now, with us. And it'll change into another moment, but we'll stay present, as Reverend Judy DeRosa said, as Barney sang, as we talk about here all the time, that it's all right. And we're all right if we remember that the universe is always working for us. It is always working for us. And when you feel that pinch, remember that. And I want you to have a great week ahead. Know you are loved no matter what. And so it is.
And so it is. Okay, remember today, John's in the back for prayer treatment. And we have our changing room up here in about 10 minutes up front. Thank, and there's cookies today? There are cookies. All right, there's cookies. Well, you all have a great, great week. Thank you for being here.